Okay, hey everyone and welcome back. So we're in the exact spot we ended last episode, which is the Harborage in northern Swamp of Sorrows, and we turned in last episode a couple quests up here. That one of them was the escort quest, one of them was the crystal quest, and we also finished the Pool of Tears last episode. We never turned it in, so let's go ahead and turn that in now. It's a pretty... I think we're done with this quest line, but for the time being, by the way. Like, I think the follow-up to this takes us into the Sunken Temple, and I wouldn't do the Sunken Temple until I'm at least level 50. I tend to prefer to go in there on level 52. Makes it a little bit easier on some things. Depends what role I'm playing, I guess. If I'm tanking, I want to be at least 52. You might notice I'm having a... it's a wild cherry Pepsi. I will say, I don't drink a lot of soda. I love soda. I've talked about this before. If I could have any beverage for the rest of my life as my only beverage, and it had no implication on my personal health, yeah, it would be soda. I love soda. It's so good. But it's there's a lot of reasons why I don't want to drink a lot of soda, even diet soda. I don't necessarily want to drink a lot of it for a couple of reasons. But I occasionally have some, and we bought a case of Wild Cherry Pepsi recently, my wife and I. It's been real good. It's been real good. All right, the Pool of Tears. Yes, okay. Your diligence in collecting the Atalite artifacts is worthy of praise, Shaman. 4,500 experience and 1 gold, 20 silver. That's nice. Oh, now we have a quest to go to the Hinterlands. Okay. Why would this be? I don't remember this quest line very well then. While you were braving the dangers of the Pool of Tears, one of my scouts returned with a scroll written in blood on dried flesh. That's disgusting. It seemed to be a judicial sentence against the priest of the Atalite tribe. The priest was sentenced to a fate worse than death amongst the Atalite. I'm saying that wrong for sure. Atalite. He was exiled to live far north in the hinterlands with the Witherbark trolls. I will bundle these artifacts. You are to seek out the exile and discover their true use. Well, now that we have the Hinterlands flight point, that actually makes this a lot easier to do. We'll probably do that somewhat soon. I don't think we're going to do it this episode, but I think what we'll do is when we hit 46 this episode, we'll head to Orgrimmar, and then next episode, when we get our skills on the way back to maybe this zone or wherever, we'll stop in the Hinterlands and make the trek. I know where that guy's at. It's a little bit hard to get to him. He's not in the town there, but we can make it work. Let's vendor off some of this junk we don't need. Because we got a lot of junk here, and we don't want to hold on to all this stuff. A little too much. This should be fine. We can hold on to the rest of this for now. Yeah. This is fine. Maybe do some very quick work here. Smash down a couple of these stones. So now I think what we want to do is get the crocodile meat and then go turn that in at that camp to the east. So we'll just kill all the crocodiles we see from here to here, and kind of just keep killing them until we get them, turn them in at the camp. Then we'll work on the quests on the shoreline there. Yeah, so most are going to kill crawlers and crocodiles this episode. It's kind of dull, honestly. Like, they're kind of boring mobs, and they're a little slow to kill, so it's not, like, riveting content. not you know, and I don't mean content in terms of for the YouTube channel, but I mean content in terms of game content. It's not the most exciting, but... I'm wondering if I shouldn't... this is enough bag space. This should be fine. I was wondering if I shouldn't clear up more bag space, but I'll just deal with it like this. Let's set up a camp in the middle of these 3 crocs. We'll kill them all. Maybe there's another one over here somewhere, but for now we'll set up these 3. Let's keep toteming up. Alright. Good news is, they're really not the hardest mobs to kill. They're just like I said, kind of boring, you know? It's like, blah. Like, these are blah mobs. No one enjoys killing crocodilisk mobs in WoW. It's like, oh yeah, I'm so excited to kill these crocolisks. I'm just gonna burn all my mana on this guy, apparently. Alright. 2. Only 2. Okay, that's fine. Seriously though, like if you can think of mobs, you're like, oh, that's a fun mob to kill. That's cool. Let's go farm this mob. No one ever said, I want to farm crocodiles. I don't think I've ever heard anyone have any reason to farm these stupid things. They're just kind of boring mobs to kill, you know? I don't think these guys even do a bleed effect or anything. They don't do a rend or tendon tear or whatever, tendon rip. I don't think they do anything. They just literally just melee and just get walloped. Just get beat up. So, I don't know. They're just boring mobs. It's like, I don't mean to rag on these poor guys. I guess they have a purpose. They're quest mobs, you know, they've got a purpose in this game. They just, at the same time, kind of like, why? Like, what game designer's like, oh, we need to put crocodiles all over the zone, and we need to make sure they have no abilities. They do nothing but melee. And, have like the most boring animations and look like every other crocodile you'll ever see. They're not even a cool color. Like, you know, make them blue or something. Make them red. I don't know. They literally are the color of the of the ground, which, from an evolutionary standpoint, maybe that makes sense, right? You want to blend in, not be seen. Sure. I'm just like giving these guys the hardest time I've ever given any mob in this game. I think in this entire series. I'm like trashing these guys. They really haven't done anything wrong. They're just doing their thing. I guess I could skill up my staff. Like, this could be the time. I'm just like, whatever. Let's just commit to it. They're low enough level that it's not awful. We got 4 there. It's not too bad. So what I think you want is, how does this work? You get 5 skill per level, right? Added to your max, 5 weapon skill. So at level 10, you could have up to 50 skill. And so what you want to do is then if you're fighting level 10 mob and you have your maxed out skill for level 10, then you're going to be hitting them reasonably well. So in this case, these mobs are, let's say, level 40. So I want 40 times 5, which is a 200 skill, to be hitting them at kind of appropriate amount of times and not missing egregiously. And I'm at 187, so it's like I'm kind of like a level 38. I'm kind of like level 37. 38, I'm like a 38 trying to hit level 40 mobs is what this would be. So it's not that bad. I think my weapon skill's fine for 39 crocs, 38 crocs. It's not too bad for the staff. So we might as well use that, at least use this opportunity to skill up a little bit. When we get to the Murlocs on the East Coast, we're going to have to go to the Dagger. Because then I'm like a level, what are those, like level 42 mobs? 43? Even 44. I think some of them were 44, maybe. I know the crocolisks were. Excuse me, not the crocolisks, the crawlers were. And in that case, if they're 44, then I would need like a 220 weapon skill. And so I'm like, again, like level 38 or whatever. This guy's getting some blind weed, some fade leaf. That's cool. Good for you. Just don't kill me and we're all good. I'm just gonna kind of mosey on this way. I'm looking for more crocs. They're not seeing very many at the moment. But yeah, so my weapon skill's a little low for those crawlers in the east, but they're not bad for the crocs. These guys are fine. I can definitely kill these guys and not miss a lot of attacks, I think. Ooh, 3-second stun. I forgot that's like part of the reason why I like this staff. There's no stats, but just the stun's kind of nice. It doesn't seem to proc wildly often, but I'm okay with that. It doesn't necessarily have to. It's a decent amount of DPS anyway, so I'm, fine just punching people with it. Alright, what are we doing? Am I recording? Did I set up my recording? Yeah, I did, thankfully. Let's pull that guy over here. You know what I need to start doing is looking up rare spawns and zones before I... Oh, yeah, that was nice. That Wind Fury proc. Oh, that was sweet. And we got meat from that guy. But what I need to start doing is looking up rare spawns before we go to zones. Look up a list with a map, and then just keep an eye, like check those spots for rare spawns. It'd be kind of fun to do for the rest of the zones. It'd be kind of cool. What's that rogue? YOLO Halo Man. He's gonna kill me, isn't he? No? That was nice. Well, I'm just going to follow him. Clearly, it's a wise plan. I'm always in this mind state that if a high-level alliance comes up to me or comes by me and doesn't attack me, I still tend to go in the other direction. Because I've done this before, where I'm running by a low-level alliance, or even high-level alliance, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to mess with them. And then, I don't know, something clicks in my brain. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mess with that guy. And I turn around and, like, if it's a low level, I'll just, like, kind of hit him a little bit, leave him alone. If it's a high level, I'll, you know, straight up fight him. And so, because I've had that change of heart for whatever reason, seemingly arbitrarily many times, I prefer to not give other people that opportunity to have that change of heart. And if the rogue sees me, like in that case, he saw me, I will tend to try to hide or get away from him, even if it's obvious that he knows I'm there, just so that if like 10 seconds later he's like, you know what, I'm going to kill that shaman. By the time he decides that, I'm already long gone. That's kind of my hope. In that case, I didn't necessarily follow that. I just kind of followed him because I wanted to kill that croc, and I was like, well, take our chances here. But if I can avoid it, I tend to move away from these people. These people being alliance. Yeah, staff's working out okay. We're up to almost 190 skill. Probably get that before this quest is done. Let's pull this guy. Hopefully these two drop what we need and it'll just be donezo. I saw another croc back here, so we can, you know, back up and kill that one if we need to. Alright. We got 7 of 8. Let's get that last one. Come on, staff. Bam. Nope, didn't get it. Okay, there's a couple crocs here. I think 2. Yeah. Good. And we're kind of near. We're on the side we need to be, on at least east and west wise, of the mob we're looking, of the quest giver, the turn-in. So we'll try to get over there soon. I will say, Storm Strike's a lot more appealing with a two-hander. Giving you an extra attack sounds way better when you're dealing 118 to 178 damage instead of 31 to 58 damage. It feels much better. Have I not hit this guy at all? Let's drop a totem. Defense to 220. My staff skills up to 190, so we're getting there. We're catching up a little bit. What would my max skill be? 225. Okay, so I'm still a solid, what would it be? 7 levels below where I could be. I'm still like just like a maxed out 38 in terms of skill. I got a ways to go then, but we'll get there. It definitely feels good to just have a good opportunity on these kind of lower level mobs to practice this a little bit and get a little bit of skill. It was 191. I think it was a wise decision to pull this out for this. Otherwise, what's the point of having the staff, you know? I'm not going to skill it up, ever. Then I might as well just vendor it and not bother with it. Not take up the bag space for it. I feel this guy's going to drop what we need. I'm feeling good on this. As soon as we kill him, I'll bandage up and then... Well, let's see. I might bandage. Alright. I'm not going to bandage because we're just going to regen a little bit on our way south. So we're turning this quest, which is nice because we're turning it in over here, and I think it'll give us a follow-up. I swear it does. It gives us a follow-up to kill Murlocs or something. That's convenient. So we're going to be killing the monstrous crawlers up in the north part here. We might as well kill any Murlocs we see around there at the same time, if possible. And we got a quest here that takes us to Kargath, which is whatever. We're going to go there eventually anyway. Undamaged Venom Sac, yeah. We're really getting our quests very spread out. Like, they're quite spread out at this point. I guess we need to still go to Booty Bay to turn this quest. I almost forgot about turning that in. But yeah, our quests are quite spread out. Like, I mean, really, if you look at it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different zones for quests. Some of those are instances, but 10 different zones for 17 quests. That means every zone has, on average, fewer than 2 quests. That, I mean, in our quest log, I mean. So this is one of the most, of all the characters I've ever leveled in Vanilla or Classic, I think this is one of the most sporadic in terms of how I've kind of bounced around zones. I think I tend to be a little more organized in this. I need to go over this way. I'm kind of running off target here a bit. I think I tend to be a little more organized in this usually, in terms of just focusing down on one zone and not bouncing back and forth, but, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying it a lot, so. An undead mage, that's good. Maybe we'll get some AI. He looks like he's maybe AFKing or something, I don't know. Alright, let's do this. Lack of surplus. Ah, wonderful. 3,200 experience. So close to leveling, so close. About 1,100 experience. Bring 6 Sawtooth Snapper Claws. Okay. Okay. Sawtooth Snapper Claws. Interesting. Okay. Well, where are those at, then? Are Sawtooth Snappers the mobs we were just killing? Maybe they're the higher level ones? Yeah, maybe these are the... I mean, like, these are the ones we need. Wasn't I just killing Sawtooth Snappers? I don't know, maybe not. Now, these are where I'm a little bit worried about my weapon missing a bit. Let's see what happens here. Physical... Glancing blow. Okay, so I'm getting glancing blows. Glancing. Yeah. I want to probably get a lot of glancing blows. Physical, glancing. Don't kill me, buddy. But another skill up on our weapon, and we got a claw, so. Alright, I guess we're going to kill these guys. We will level up in a moment here, which is nice. I think just, what, 2 more kills, 3 more kills? That's going to be handy. Let's follow this a little bit more. Glancing. Most of these seem to be glancing. Maybe it's like a... almost like 50-50 between it getting a normal hit or a glancing blow. It seems like kind of close to that. It's not that bad. Oh, these guys actually do a tendon rip, so they actually do the slowing thing I was talking about earlier. That's what I was kind of looking for. I was like, come on. Do something. It's not that exciting. You know, it's something at least. Alright, Sawtooth Snapper. This is a even higher level one. 42. I'm going to throw down a totem, make sure I'm getting extra DPS from that. I still think I'm going to keep this staff out, and I think I'm just going to keep trying to skill it up on these guys. It's not that bad. They don't hit me that hard. Our DPS isn't atrocious against these. And yeah, we're going to level up in a moment anyway. It'll make us even harder for them to kill us. I think this will get us a level up. Maybe one more kill after this. Let's get him, totem. Oh, nice. Okay. That's a good time to heal up too. We're a little low on health and mana. So now, let's loot this guy. He has some pointy teeth that are not helpful for us. It took us 4 days and 3 hours to hit level 46. Cool. So now, we can skill up into something here. What do I want to skill up in? I'm just kind of looking through other stuff here before I go any further. I think I don't really want to put any more points in enhancement. So elemental. So I use fire totems often, but not always. I don't take fire, frost, and nature damage commonly, so I think it's not worth it. I don't use Stoneclaw or Earthbind that much. I think concussion is the best choice here. I've been talking about this for a while. I think extra damage from stuff, I always use shocks. Almost every fight I'm using a shock, right? So, like, why not do this? My shock damage will go from 235, 249 to... It isn't showing the tooltip, I guess, but... Let me check something here. I don't know if it would show anywhere at all. And I guess it won't show necessarily, but I think that was the right choice. I think given how we're speccing, how we're playing this character, I think that makes sense. So let's keep killing Sawtooth Snappers. We've only got 1 claw out of 3 kills so far. Maybe bad drop rate, we'll see. Let's get a Storm Strike in there. Extra swing. And we're just trying to skill up our weapon while we punch these guys in the face. Did anything else turn gray on us? No. Trollbane and Khan-Harath are still green, which is great. That's what I was kind of mostly worried about. Dream Dust did, though. Dang it. Should have turned that in first. That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, nothing there. We'll turn that in still. We'll get some gold, a follow-up quest, experience. I don't know. We'll get something out of it. It is what it is. It's too late now. It didn't take us very long to do that quest, thankfully. You know, it's a pretty easy one. Yeah, so today's episode, we're mostly killing these crocs. We still have a full level of rested experience. I feel like I've been playing a little more aggressively the last few days. Still just nowhere near burning through all this rested experience. It's wonderful, man. Rested experience is a wonderful thing, and it is hard for me to imagine leveling this character without it. 1 for 5 on these guys, yuck. You know what I might do? I might clear up this way, killing all them, and then again I get up to the monstrous crawlers, start killing those. Oh, he parried. That's nasty. Parried my Storm Strike. That feels bad. But I might clear all the way up, killing as many snappers as I can, and then kill, if I don't finish the quest, start killing monstrous crawler legs and bring those back at the same time. You know, just do both quests at once and turn them both in. Seems reasonable. Still nothing. Tendon rip. Gross. With that said, are the monstrous crawlers here, or are they still farther up? I think they're pretty far up before we saw them last. I think it was last episode I was looking at it. But I want to take a peek and see if there's any here. Oh, there are some already here. Okay, that's fine. Let's start killing some of these as much as I can. Any treasure chests? There's no reason for me not to also kill these. And they're quest mobs, they're experience, whatever, you know? Why not? I'd love to pull this guy from up here and not also aggro the little murloc next to him. That's fine. These are going to be even harder for us to hit, unfortunately. Because, again, they're a little higher level. They're like another level or two higher. So let's see what happens here in the combat log. We had a blocked. He blocked my attack. Then a glancing blow. I hit him like an normal hit here. A glancing blow. A normal hit. A glancing blow. Glancing. Okay. Or a parry. Okay. Glancing. No, that's just an overkill. Okay, that's a normal hit then. Good. I love these guys to drop more of those golden pearls that we got back a few episodes back over in STV. I banked that golden pearl. I think I mentioned that I just like stocked up on it. Held it in my bank character. I may end up selling it. There's just some of those things like... There's something to be said for stocking up on stuff in Vanilla and Classic, especially with, we know, with phase release and all that. And using that opportunity to kind of take advantage of certain phases where things become more valuable, like Purple Lotus sometimes goes through phases where it's more useful, especially once some of these weapon oils come out, the Wizard Oil or Brilliant Mana oils in Phase 5. Like, those things are pretty cool. At the same time, there's a part of me that just, like, my bank gets full. Like, literally I have 5 or 6 characters that are full, almost, on bank supplies. And I just am like, you know, what am I doing with this? So I start just chucking it, you know, like, start just unloading it on the auction house for cheap. I don't care if it crashes the market, because it's not like something I necessarily farm, so I just crash the market on some random thing. I'm kind of a jerk, I guess, but I did that for just weird herbs. Like, I had something stupid. Oh, crawler leg, there we go. I had something stupid like 200 Mountain Silver Sage and 200 Plague Bloom, and one day I was like, looked at the auction house and I was like, I'm just gonna tank this market because I just don't care. There was maybe 10 stacks on there, so I just was like, I just want to sell this. I don't want to deal with this bag space anymore. Let's just make easy money on it. I threw it all up there for like 80% of what everyone else was selling it for, in sets of like 2 or 3 stacks at a time, and just kept doing that and so that I'd make sure that mine were always up. And I saw like the entire market's pricing drop because people would delist their really high price stuff and then relist it closer to my pricing. It's like, I just want to sell it. I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, I understand it's things for people that are farming it up for gold, but my banks get full of stuff eventually. Like, well, I have no choice but to just dump all my stuff to make more space for other things. So, yeah, that happens sometimes. Oh, did I pull that guy? I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize I had clicked on him. My bad. I was trying to move a bit closer so I could pull like both these guys, but that's fine. Yeah. Anyway. So I mentioned that because now I have a golden pearl in the bank. But I honestly don't think there's much use of golden pearls for me. Like, I looked at them, they're used for spell power enchants. Of all the things, I really like having a bear tank on my druid, like the gear for the bear tank. This guy just randomly links this. Still... this guy got this from a green dragon, which is really cool. And he just like links it randomly, so I like to give him crap in world chat. Not like seriously, but every now and then I just like to reply and be like, yeah, but it's still not that good. So this is a Hammer of Bestial Fury. It's a really good, it's honestly like a very, very good overall weapon for feral druids. Obviously it's got a lot of attack power. 150 attack power plus more because of the strength. But at the end of the day, there's a weapon called Manual Crowd Pummeler that drops off of a boss in Nomergon that is actually the best threat generating weapon in the game for druids. But sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by this fight. Oh, we got another leg. Cool, 2 for 2. Or 2 for 2 of 10, I should say, not 2 for 2. Let's heal up a little bit. So, what I'm trying to say, Manual Crowd Pummeler has the best threat for any druid weapon in the game. It's a weapon that increases your attack speed by 50% when you use it. It has 3 charges and then it's worthless. So druids will literally go to Nomergon and farm up the what's the boss's name? Crowd Pummeler or something? I forget. I think it's Crowd Pummeler. Druids, like I've done this, will go there and farm this guy up just to get the Manual Crowd Pummelers. Just even though it's only 3 charges, and they'll just bank a bunch of them, and then use those to generate a ton of threat on bosses. Because the DPS of a weapon doesn't do anything for druids. So like this weapon, it has 52 DPS. When you're in feral forms, that DPS literally does nothing for you. The only thing that weapons do for you are their equip abilities, like this, or their stats. So this guy's getting 13 strength, 15 agility, 12 stamina, and 154 attack power in cat or bear form, which is really good. It's a really good weapon. Also 90 armor, I think, in this thing, right? 90 armor, which is multiplied in bear form by like 360% or whatever. So that's why that weapon's good, because of the stats. The Manual Crowd Pummeler doesn't have any stats, but it gives you a 50%, it gives you an on-use ability. It increases your attack speed by 50%. You can use that while you're in bear form, and what that does, that allows you to attack 50% faster, but that 50%, the main threat generation from a druid is an ability called a Maul. I think it's like Heroic Strike for the warrior. I think it's the same skill, where on your next melee attack, you do like bonus damage and generate bonus threat. Well, the problem with druids is they tend to attack fairly slowly, so so Maul is only cast every, whatever your attack speed is. But Manual Crowd Pummeler solves that problem by giving you a 50% increased attack speed, which is insanely fast. And so if you want to generate the most threat, you have to attack more and use more mauls as a druid, as a bear. And Manual Crowd Pummeler does that for you. This is a normal silt crawler. This is not the monstrous, I just realized. So we are apparently too far north now, maybe. So I'm going to... I'll take the shiny fish scales, I guess. I'm not going to loot that. We're like running on bag space. I'm just going to hold on to what we've got. I'm going to go back this way and start killing these guys. Yeah, I'm looking for more of the sawtooth snappers at this point. I'm not going to mess with anything else. What level is that guy? Smidget, a 52 gnome rogue. We could kill that guy, I think. And then so here's my argument, what I'm making about this hammer. If I were tanking, and I want to do have a lot of like ability just to absorb damage, this is not better than a warden staff. The warden staff is a bind and equip purple epic. It's a world drop. I bought one for like 370 gold for my druid. That is the best threat mitigation or damage mitigation for any druid in the game. I'm pretty sure there's nothing that's better except maybe the legendary staff, the Atiesh, but you're not going to necessarily get that very easily, so you can ignore that, I would say. So if you want damage mitigation, you use the warden staff. If you want threat, you would use the manual crowd pummeler, in my opinion. If you want DPS, like if you're a feral cat, I think you can make an argument that the Hammer of Bestial Fury is better then. I think this, you could say, this is better. Or if you're PvPing, I think you could make a good argument that that this is better, you know? So there's definitely a use case for that hammer. It's a really good hammer, but there's certain cases where it's not the best thing overall. If you want more threat, I think it's not as good. If you want more damage mitigation, I think it's not as good. For PvP, it's really, really good. And for just feral DPS as a cat, I think it's probably one of your best choices. We did get another Sawtooth Snapper Claws. We got 2. Still not exactly what I'd call a good drop rate, but we're getting there. I mean, it's definitely not a good drop rate, but we're getting there. We got 2 of 10 Crawler Legs, 2 of 6 Sawtooth Snapper Claws, so, you know, moving along. The nice thing is our skill for our staff is now up to 200. So we're getting up there now. We're at the point where we're equivalent to a level 40 in skill. So these guys are now, we're hitting them about as well as we should be hitting them in terms of the ability of not having a lot of glancing blows. We're getting closer to being level appropriate, I would say. What I'm trying to argue with this is if I was level 40 or 41 fighting these mobs, what I'm doing now is about equivalent to that, even though I'm a 46 in terms of my weapon skill. You can tell, I think each time the skill goes up, you can kind of see I'm just kind of cruising through these guys a little bit faster than I was when I started, you know, 5 to 7 weapon skill lower. However, at this point, let's see, the drop rate's still trash. Oh, I guess we did just get another one, didn't we? I didn't realize that. Okay, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Still kind of trash, but it could be worse. Oh man, when we see Wind Fury procs like back to back like that, look at that. That guy just melted underneath us. Another claw. Let's just do a Storm Strike on this guy. Get that extra attack in there. Storm Strike's amazing. Now that I think about it more, it gives you an extra attack, right? Which means it gives you a 20% chance to proc Wind Fury weapon, because Wind Fury weapon is a 20% chance to proc on any melee attack. So it's a 1 in 5 chance of proccing Wind Fury weapon. So I can see how Storm Strike, Wind Fury weapon, Flurry, Berserking, all these things stacked together can just become really insane for DPS sometimes, especially in PvP. I'm really looking forward to this guy at 60 doing some PvP, going out there with a big two-hander and just deleting some cloth characters. It's going to be a lot of fun had with that, I think. There we go. 5 of 6. Okay, we're getting there. Almost done. If we get this done now, I think I will go ahead and turn it in, even though we... let's see. I think this guy's going to drop it for us, so I'm going to burn some mana on him. Even though we're not done with the monstrous crawler legs, I think we'll still turn this quest in, just because we're kind of near-ish to there. And I wouldn't mind... just getting this quest out of our inventory again. Maybe there's a vendor down there too. I think there might be a little vendor here. It'd be nice to just clear some stuff out of our bags again. Nope. Bummer. I was hoping. Really hoping. Alright, we gotta rebuff our weapon. We'll do that when we find the next croc. I'll let my mana regen as much as possible between now and then. There should be some crocs between here and the camp. And I'd be surprised if we don't find any crocs, and or the ones we find don't drop the thing we need. So let's just head that way. They like to kind of hover in these little rivery things a lot of times, right? But now I'm not seeing any, so I'm... There's one. There we go. Perfect. Alright, there's a couple of them. Let's get this one first. Let's do this. Rebuff our weapon. Let's bandage. And then, yeah, we've got 3 here. We can kill 1, 2, 3. So I probably won't totem up too heavily since they're kind of spread out. We'll start this guy. Come on, lightning bolt, get him. Okay, but he's gonna path away and be annoying. Let's chase him down. Yeah, so I don't love PvP in vanilla. Like, I just don't enjoy it that much. I like Alterac Valley a lot. Like, I find that to be a lot of fun for some reason. I don't know why. It's so weird and kind of stupid. It's not even good PvP and like in a lot of ways, but it's sort of a fun thing. I don't know. I really love Alterac Valley. I'll do a little bit of Alterac Valley on this guy when I hit 60. Maybe even before 60, just get some quests done, get some turn-ins. That'd be kind of fun. Easy experience. We did get our 6th Snapper Claw, by the way. I don't know if I just mentioned that. So we're going to run directly back and turn that in. But I probably will do some like Arathi Basin PvP. Ooh, a Shadow Panther. That kind of scared me. I thought I was about to get hit by a rogue or something. Nope. Is there not a vendor here? That's really unfortunate. Let's turn this quest.
Blood and thunder.
Alright. Glad to see you're alive and well, Soupa. These claws should make do nicely. Okay. I'll get started on your weapon as soon as possible. 3,500 experience. Speak to Qatar in the Swamp of Sorrows.
For the Horde.
Okay. I think this... Oh, there's a person, another quest giver. I was like, I swear there's a quest giver here for Murloc quests. This is probably it.
And honor.
Okay. Kill 10 Marsh Murlocs, Ink Spewers, and Flesh Eaters. Okay. I really have to find a vendor, though. Like, badly. I could have sworn there was one here, but if there's not, I think I have to go to Stonard. My bags are just too full. It's a little annoying, but it's like to make this run. But I really want to get... Let's explore this spot while we're at. What is this? Well, 42 Shadow Priest? Huh. Do I want some PvP fun here? Am I going to get wrecked by 42 Shadow Priest if I try and engage? I feel like I'm going to get wrecked. I'm just going to get fear spam is what I feel like is going to happen. On the other hand... I don't know.
What be happening?
Yeah. There's 2 factors in why I didn't engage. 1, the character is 4 levels below me. It's kind of a steep difference. 2, and so I'd kind of feel bad. Like, if I win the fight, I feel kind of guilty. Like, okay, I just killed a Lobby. I'll go to explore the rest of the zone. Well, I guess a little part up here we didn't explore yet. So 1, I'd feel guilty if I win. 2, I'd feel embarrassment if I lose, because the character is 4 levels below me. But Shadow Priests, they're kind of ridiculous. I hate fighting priests more than almost any class on my druid because they fear. And it's super annoying to be feared, in my opinion, because there's like nothing you can do. Like, you just get feared for 15 seconds, you just die. Warlocks are the same way for me. Alright, what am I ditching out of here? I need to make space for this Jade. See a mystery meat? You're gone. Alright, we've got to, we're going to get back to town, and we're going to vendor off all this trash. I'm going to mail out some stuff, smelt up some things. I should have cleared out, I think, was it last episode? I was in Stonard, and I was like, oh, we got enough space, and then I sorely regret that now. Even still, I think we would have ran out of space pretty quick. This guy nets you, I think. It has like a web. Maybe we'll resist it. That'd be wonderful. Otherwise, you're just going to get webbed up and sit here and get hit for 10 seconds. But yeah, so we're 10% of the way almost through the level. Probably like 8 to 9% of the way through the level. Do I have any interest? I might go turn in this quest now too. I'm considering doing that just for the sake of getting one more thing out of my bags. Just making a quick, easy quest. I don't know if it's a follow-up or not. I think there might be. But let's make a quick trip down to Booty Bay. I feel a little bit like it's a waste of time because I'm not going to get much out of that quest turn in, but there is a follow-up, I think. We collect more dust from a different zone. But yeah, I just want to get as much bag space as possible. The crab meat is really not worth auctioning that much, I don't think. Pointy claws. We're getting a lot of crocodile teeth, though. Those are pretty valuable. Tender crocodile meat. Zesty clam meat. Okay. Let's smelt up everything. Oops, that's what I want. Smelting. smelt up everything, send it off to my bank character, just clear up a little bit of space. We got that 1 gold ore from a chest the last episode, I think. It's been sitting in our bags, and it's, again, just kind of eats up space, you know? Do I need these at all? I really don't think I need to carry this around. I think if I needed to, it would tell me I'm abandoning the quest, so we're just going to ditch that. I don't think I want to do the Distress Beacon anytime soon. In Hinterlands, I think I'm just going to throw that away also. I think if I'm going to do that, I'll find it again by the time I would get to... Like, I'd find it again, I think. Alright, now mailbox. Wait, is it? Yeah, okay. Oh, I got some mithril ore here. Let's go smelt up that mithril also. I sent some over from, I guess, one of my characters. I don't know why I would have just not smelted it originally. But I think I need to let it go. I went into my lab this morning. Today's Sunday morning. I went in and checked on our liquid nitrogen tank, which houses our tissue culture samples. We have like lung cells and blood cells and different cancer cells and macrophages, all these things. I went in, liquid nitrogen was pretty good, topped it off just to be safe. All right, let's send this all to my bank characters as appropriate. This seems fine, I think it's good. And then my enchanter character gets my extra cloth and stuff. And then my miscellaneous character gets my small flame sack. We're going to send our extra fish oil and mojo there too. We've been carrying that around for a while. That's much better now, right? We got a little bit of drink here. We got a quest item here, heavy stone. Which I guess, to be honest, let's take care of that too. But I checked on my liquid nitrogen. It was pretty good. Topped it off pretty easy. There was no one in the building, no one outside. It was completely empty. I'll tell you what. Walking into a research facility, specifically into an infectious disease laboratory, when all the lights are off because we're on like a stay-at-home order and only essential personnel that have specific access. Like I was granted specifically access as essential personnel to monitor, like kind of our lab, make sure everything's okay, including, like I just mentioned, the liquid nitrogen tank. Going into a place like that and it just completely shut down is such a weird feeling. It feels very apocalyptic. It still does. I thought I would get used to it. We're gonna fly to
What do you need?
Booty Bay to turn in this quest. A direct shot, so that's nice. I just want to get stupid dream dust. I don't want to carry it around forever, right? Let's just get that out of here. But man, it feels super apocalyptic just going in there like that. I don't know how to describe it, but I really thought that the more time it's passed, the more I would get used to this sort of oh no, pause for a second here. You should take a look at Panda Cub if you haven't already. He just popped off screen. Whoops. I just apparently just dragged around my little face there, my bad. How do I usually have this? No? That's not what I want. There we go. I usually do something like this, I think. You just saw a little more of the bed over there. It's not much, just like I kind of have a little extra showing there. Anyway, so I move it over. Let's see if I got that right. I want to specifically to make sure it... Yeah, that's good, that's good. Panda Cubs. Did I lose him? He'll catch up. Anyway, so I thought the more time I spend kind of in this state of stay-at-home order, quarantine, work from home, for me especially, it's been nice. I've enjoyed the work from home. Going into my lab would normalize, and I would just feel like, oh yeah, it's just how the lab is now. It really hasn't. It still feels strange, because I've spent the last... When did I start doing research? I started conducting research, yeah, so it's been over 10 years. So my first time setting foot in a lab to conduct experiments was over 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. And there's a lot of times I would go into lab at weird hours, and I'd be alone. You know, I've gone in as early as, I guess I'd call it late. I've gone as late as 3 a.m., and I've gone as early as like 4 to 5 a.m. into lab. I've been in lab on weekends. I've been in lab on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. I've been in every day of the calendar year. I've been into my lab in the last 10 years at some point. Not like literally every single day, but I'm saying over the course of 10 years, every single day of the year I've been in there, every single date or whatever, day of the year, yeah. Including major holidays, birthdays, whatever. And I've gone in all around the clock. And I'll go in at weird hours and it's dark and quiet, and that's not surprising because at 4 a.m. on a Monday morning, yeah, I don't expect people there. But today was Sunday. Admittedly, I was in there at like 7 a.m. It's kind of early. I won't expect people there, but I was in there last week at must have been 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, briefly. Lights are off in the whole building. Lights are off in the lab. No one was there that day. It still feels weird. I still haven't quite gotten used to that. And I don't know if I ever will. I usually expect people, in my old lab, especially, I'd expect people to be in around the clock almost. My old lab, we had about 15 people in the lab that worked under our one professor. And that lab was ridiculously dedicated. I think I've commented on this before, but a lot of the people in my lab, my former lab in grad school, were they were students, and they were from Korea and China, and they had an incredible work ethic. Like, it blows my mind how many hours and how much time they devoted to research. They were much more dedicated than I was, and they were very productive, very smart, hardworking people. I actually really, overall, I really enjoyed working with them too. They were nice people, they were fun to be around. And that lab, people were there all the time. My current lab, not as much. People work more like a 9 to 5 generally, kind of in more normal work hours, but I'll still find people in there on weekends sometimes, or in the evenings, or not really, sometimes early morning, but not before 4 a.m. usually. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, that's one of the things, if you think about your experience during this stay-at-home order, all this whole pandemic, to me, the thing that most stands out is my lab. That is the thing that I'm still not quite familiar or comfortable with yet, I guess I should say. We're back in the Salty Sailor Tavern, by the way. Made it. Sorry for my little tangent. Let's turn in the Dream Dust quest. We're going to get our 350 experience. He snorts a speck of dream dust up his nose. He is dazed. Achoo. Achoo. That's really funny. Wow, Super, that dream dust is powerful stuff. I know. Bring the goblin rumors to Cravel Coalbeard in the Shimmering Flats. Is this a follow-up to that quest? Or is that completely unrelated? I feel like it's related. Unfortunately, that means we just have more junk in our bags. I was trying to get rid of that. Okay. Here's what we're going to do now. We hit level 46. I'm kind of near the end of the episode. I want to... Let's use our other Astral Recall. I love using Astral Recall. I wish it looked different. I wish it had a purple glow instead of a green glow. Let's go skill up our level 46 skills. And I think I'm going to do two things. Someone killed Gammon already. Oh, there's a quest here almost for us. That's cool. Let's get our skills. I'm just thinking about what I want to do here. I'm kind of thinking this through. I think I want to get our skills for sure, and then I want to make a trip to Gadgetzan in Tenaris to train as much engineering stuff as we can. I think we've got a few skill ups we can learn down there. And then I also want to go into, while we're down in that direction, let's go turn in the rumors for Cravel. Let's get rid of the stupid quest, get our 75 silver, get rid of this stupid letter that we just picked up. What is the letter? What does it say? Interesting. That's kind of cute. Naz Steamboil. But then I also want to try to do Khan Haratha. I think I want to do that quest. So I might fly to Desolace first, and then next episode do that. I don't know exactly what order I'm going to go in on this. Yeah, I don't know the order, but I do want to try and do some of these things. Let's talk to our Shaman trainer, though. Okay, level 46, a new Frost Shock. 100% going to learn that.
Hey there.
Someone's tickling the panda cub. Which sounds like a euphemism, but it's literal. Someone's actually doing that. Okay, new Frost Shock. Now, let's take a look at this. 333 to 353 damage. So it's like a 100 damage increase, and it's about a 90 mana increase. So at this point, I try to keep this in mind. My most damaging shock is my Frost Shock. So if I need to just do a burst damage and have to burn something down, Frost Shocks are go-to now instead of Earth Shock. Or it's kind of a tie before. A new Magma Totem. We haven't really used it a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and train it. These are the other totems I haven't really used much. I've been skipping these, and I still think it's reasonable to skip them. Maybe we should get Wind Wall at this point. Because there are times I feel like where there might be instances where you want to have this. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not really super hyped on Wind Wall Totem. I'm really not. Magma Totem now does 54 damage. Magma Totem, there are times we'll use that for sure. Wind Wall Totem. Great, another totem that looks like a Wind Fury buff thing. That's fine. Elemental Combat Enhancement, okay. A new Chain Heal, that's useful. A new Mana Spring, that's cool. It costs 20 more mana, but now we regen 8 mana instead of 6. So how does that math work out? So before, it was 60 mana. All right, I'm going to do this. Let's start flying while I figure out this math. Let's put the new Chain Heal on here. We're going to use that. Chain Heal rank 2, 315 mana. I'm excited about Chain Heal. I haven't used it a lot. There haven't been a lot of instances, you know, but it's nice nonetheless. I'm thinking this through a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to fly. I'm going to go to Desolace. I want to try the Kanharatha. If we can get that done, then we can head back. Because so the thing is, if we go to Shimmering Flats, it's kind of a dead spot where there's no easy way to get out of there except to run back to Tenaris. And I think I'd rather just be able to Hearth out of there, right? And then we can go back to Orgrimmar and head back to another zone from there, Desolace. Let's take that flight. So I think we're doing this order. I think. Okay. Sure, this all makes sense. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with this setup. All right, so what we just now have is Mana Spring. So the old Mana Spring, it was 60 mana. We would gain 6 mana every 2 seconds. So it's 3 mana per second. Which means in 10 seconds we get 30 mana, in 20 seconds we get 60 mana. So it took 20 seconds for us to regain the mana we spent on it. So if it was just us, no party members, and we were in combat for 20 seconds, we would break even. Obviously, if we're with even one party member that could use it, then that time gets cut in half and then down from there. So 20 seconds. With the new Mana Spring, which is probably what we're going to be using, now this is, 20 seconds. So now it's 80 mana. It's 8 mana every 2 seconds. So it's 4 mana per second. So I think the ratio is the same. So 4 mana in 1 second, 40 mana in 10 seconds. Okay, so we still need 20 seconds. So the mana cost increased at the same ratio as the mana restored. So it went from 60, that makes sense. It went from 60 mana to 80 mana. It went from 6 mana every 2 to 8 mana every 2. Duh. So yeah. So the ratio is the same. So we still need 20 seconds for our mana to have been repaid for what we spent just on casting the totem for ourselves. I need a hair shave. I'm like due for a shave. This is like as long as I let it go now. I'm also going to shave my beard a little bit closer down here. And I'm leaving my mustache for a few more days. I have a lab meeting coming up. And I kind of want to leave my mustache just for that. Like just to show my lab mates fun. And then I'm going to shave my mustache off and just kind of go for like a not a clean shave, but more like this sort of closer to like this stubbly level. Okay. So I don't think, I think we may just stop here today. Because I'm looking at the time. I don't think I'm going to do the Khan-Haratha quest today. I just want to get down to Desolace, and we'll stop there. I don't recall if I've thanked if I've thanked my Patreon supporters yet, but if I haven't, as always, thank you all for your support and your time spent on my channel. I always appreciate it. And Timothy B, Luke D, and Chris S especially, I appreciate their top level of support. It is genuinely appreciated, so thank you all. So we're going to go to Shadowprey Village. Next episode we'll start there. We'll run up here to this, I think it's the Valley of Spears where this goes on, I forget. I think it's right around here in this spot. And we'll try to do Khan-Haratha. I think we can solo it now, it should be fine. And that'll finally wrap up our Desolace quest from a few episodes back. Maybe 10 episodes ago at this point. And we'll turn it in, I think the turn-in's here. So we'll kill this, turn it in, run back to Shadowprey. Then we'll fly to Daenerys. We will train here in Gadgetzan our engineering skills that we're able to train. Run up to the Shimmering Flats. And in fact, while we're here, I may send my materials over in my mailbox to train the new stuff. I'm going to use the new thing we trained to skill up further. Skill up as high as we can, train more things. Then we can run to Shimmering Flats, turn in the letter for Cravel. Then we'll probably hearth back to Orgrimmar. If I remember this plan, it'd be great. If I don't remember it, I apologize for repeating it. We'll fly to Orgrimmar, land here, run out, go to Zeppelin Tower, take the Zeppelin over to Eastern Kingdoms, Undercity. We'll get here, go into Undercity itself, and we're going to fly, I think, to the Hinterlands. The Atalai Speaker, the Exile, I think he's here. He's either here, or here. I think he's here, and I think here is like a spider area for the Undamaged Venom Sack quest that we have. We might kill this guy and then this guy, or go turn in this quest, grab it, then kill the spider, get the spider sack, then back to Reventusk, fly back to Hillsborough, turn in the undamaged spider sack at Terran Mill, and then I think go back to Undercity, Zeppelin down to Gromgol here, and then go back to Stoneard and work on quests. That is not going to all happen in the next episode, but if I remember that plan, I think it's reasonable. What I'm going to try to do is I may... I kind of like the idea of getting summoned to the Badlands, but I think it's a little cheesy. I sort of like the fun of running there. There is sort of this thrill of going from Hammerfall, running south into wetlands, running through the wetlands. I think it's going to Loch Madan, running through Loch Madan, getting the Badlands, running west into Kargath, getting the flight point. There's some, like a badge of honor feeling I have of doing that on all my characters. It's like 20 minutes, but I might do that instead of getting the heart summoned to Kargath. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do? Before I totally forget this, I'm going to write it all down, a little plan here. But we are going to stop the episode here for today. So I got a notepad, and next time I actually have this written out, so I'll know what we're doing, and I won't be like, what am I doing? And then diverge unnecessarily. I'll write that down in just a moment. Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.